Before we begin our story, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more, and drop a comment with your feedback on our stories. We'd love to hear your thoughts. In the year 3087, Earth trembled under the weight of impending doom. The heavens themselves appeared to bleed as searing arcs of light tore through the atmosphere. In a terrible moment that would be etched in history, colossal alien warships, biomechanical monstrosities from the Zolarian Armada, descended like judgment incarnate. Cities burned, the once proud spires of New York crumbled into ash, London's ancient streets became infernos, and Beijing was reduced to molten slag. The alien invaders, with advanced technology far beyond human comprehension, laid waste to the world's defenses before humanity could even muster a proper counterattack. Yet, even in Earth's darkest hour, hope was not yet extinguished. Deep beneath the surface of the moon, hidden within caverns carved by unknown forces, lay 7 ancient sentinels. Dormant since an age lost to time, these mighty machines were built to guard Earth from threats from beyond the stars. They bore the names of ancient deities: Zeus, Osiris, Thor, Athena, Anubis, Freya, and Horus, each a paragon of power, wisdom, and ferocity. As the Zolarians advanced, their ships pulsed with an eerie, organic energy. Each vessel, shifting like a living creature, absorbed Earth's life force with every destructive beam. The invaders were not merely conquerors, they were harbingers of annihilation. Towering humanoid figures with elongated limbs, draped in bioluminescent exoskeletons, their 4 glowing eyes exuded cold intelligence and malice, moved in perfect hive-mind coordination. Their crystalline weapons, ever shifting in form, cleaved through the strongest of human defenses with chilling precision. Amidst this carnage, a desperate plea echoed from the remnants of Earth's leadership over every available channel: if you come in peace, help us. If you come to conquer, you will find no surrender. A flicker of defiant energy stirred the ancient sentinels. Within the hidden lunar deep, an immense structure, an ancient fail-safe, awoke. Its core pulsated with a primordial force, and one by one, the 7 guardians emerged from centuries-long slumber. Zeus rose first, a towering colossus clad in golden circuits. His electric aura sparked like captured lightning. As his massive fists clenched, he could feel the immense power coursing through his alloyed frame, a power that recalled storms, cataclysms, and the wrath of nature personified. Athena emerged next. Sleek and graceful, her silver form was etched with intricate patterns that seemed to calculate strategies in real time. Her processors brimmed with the wisdom of countless battle scenarios, positioning her as the ultimate tactician in a war that defied mortal planning. Thor, built like a living fortress, bore the marks of neutronium plating. His 4-fold strength was embodied in the colossal hammer stored in his right arm, a hammer capable of generating gravitational shockwaves that shattered metal and hope alike. Anubis, clad in an obsidian-black shell, was the master of stealth, a ghost who could phase in and out of existence. His razor-sharp claws were designed to tear through the hulls of the enemy warships as though they were paper. Freya shone with a crystalline beauty. Her form resonated with harmonic frequencies, and she was the guardian of sound, capable of unleashing sonic pulses so powerful they could disorient and shatter enemy formations. Horus, the aerial sentinel, commanded the skies with wings of pure energy. His optics could release beams of devastating force that incinerated enemy shields in a blaze of light and fury. Osiris was the healer, a silent benefactor with a body suffused with nanites, capable of mending wounds and reinforcing the spirits of his brethren, ensuring that even in the darkest battle, hope could be rekindled. I and the silent void beneath the moon. These mechanical titans synchronized their processors with a shared, ancient database, a repository of lost knowledge collected over eons. They were not merely instruments of war, they were historians and diplomats, born to preserve the legacy of a forgotten civilization that sought to shield Earth from cosmic threats. On the battered surface of Earth, the human military fought with valor and desperation. Amidst the smoke and ruin, countless soldiers, pilots, and citizens bled hope. In secret bunkers and shattered command centers, leaders scrambled to understand the mysterious arrival of the Sentinels. Were they harbingers of further doom or agents of salvation? General Marcus Darren, a grizzled veteran who had seen the loss of entire cities, met with his top officers in a dim underground war room. "This might be the answer we've prayed for," he whispered, voice thick with both fear and hope as he stared at the flickering image of an awakened Zeus emerging from the moon's depths. A strained transmission crackled over the radio, and the voice of Zeus, like thunder rolling over forlorn plains, filled every frequency. "We are the protectors. We fight for you. Stand with us, and we shall drive the invaders back." Humanity hesitated, bloodied but unyielding. Between the ruins of their world, a spark was kindled, as citizens, soldiers, and survivors banded together, rallying behind this ancient power. Secret alliances formed overnight between remnants of military command and civilian guerrilla groups, infusing renewed purpose into a population on the brink of despair. Among those who answered the call was 24-year-old Mira Reyes, a former fighter pilot whose family had been lost in the early bombardments. With deep-set eyes that carried both pain and defiance, Mira quickly emerged as a tactical leader on the ground. As she donned a salvaged exosuit and joined a ragtag band of resistance fighters, every scar on her weathered face seemed to tell the story of sacrifice and hope, a living embodiment of humanity's resilience. In another corner, Dr. Elena Miris, an astrophysicist turned strategist, worked tirelessly in hidden research centers to reverse engineer remnants of fallen Zalarian technology. Balancing scientific brilliance with an unspoken grief for the lost wonders of Earth, Dr. Miris' breakthrough in energy manipulation would later prove crucial in calibrating the Guardians' weapons to counter the alien menace. General Marcus Darren, once cynical and burdened by loss, found a rebirth of purpose in rallying the surviving forces. His inner monologue, a mix of haunting memories of fallen comrades and burning determination, became the rallying cry for squadrons that flew battered jets and armored transports. "For every life lost, our blood, our tears, we rise and strike back. We will not be erased," he would bellow during impromptu briefings. As cities lay in ruin, the Guardians descended from the moon, and humanity's retort grew louder. In a series of dramatic encounters on shattered battlefields, human forces and Guardians began to fight side by side. Along the blood-soaked remnants of urban landscapes, tactical dialogues emerged amidst the chaos. Mira Reyes, over comms, were falling back to secure the northern bloc. "Hold the line, remember, these titans are fighting for us." General Darren, "Focus your fire on the enemy drones. The Guardians will neutralize their high command." Throughout these desperate clashes, bonds formed between flesh-and-blood soldiers and the awe-inspiring Guardians. In quiet moments in between explosions and the anguished cries of loss, a mutual respect blossomed. A short conversation between a young resistance fighter and Athena, whose synthesized yet tender voice broke through static, revealed a shared understanding of sacrifice. Athena, child, within every fallen soul lies the spark of renewal. Your courage is the template for new beginnings. Young soldier, but will that spark ever be enough to light the darkness, guardian? Athena, with calculated warmth, it already has, for each life you protect nourishes the future of our world. As humanity's flicker of hope gathered momentum, the Zolarians advanced with preternatural precision. Their biomechanical vessels, massive, pulsating organisms of alien design, seemed to blend technology and organic forms seamlessly. The invaders executed attacks that defied mere mortal tactics. With every assault, their crystalline weapons shifted shape, cutting through defenses and siphoning Earth's vital energies. The Zolarians, a race of towering humanoids with elongated limbs and 4 glowing eyes, operated with the eerie efficiency of a hive mind. Their telepathic coordination left no margin for error, as they communicated silently yet powerfully in the minds of their brethren. Their arrival shattered the remnants of Earth's strategic counters, turning once proud metropolises into canvases of devastation. In a stark broadcast, the Zolarian commander, a being whose tone resonated with chilling certainty, declared, "Surrender. Your world's life force is ours to claim." The threat reverberated through the human ranks, igniting both terror and a burning desire for defiance. However, as the Zolarian assault raged, an even greater threat was set in motion, a failsafe relic buried within the depths of a fallen mothership. In the heart of the alien vessel, a signal was sent out, unintentionally triggering the awakening of an ancient and insidious power. That signal, the dying cry of a civilization lost to time, summoned the eclipse. Deep within the dark void of space, light years from Earth, a colossal structure stirred. Hidden in the swirling mists of a nebula known only as the Nebula of Shadows, the eclipse awoke. This was no mere ship or fortress, it was a sentient weapon built by the vanished Etherians, an ancient race that had once ruled the galaxy. Its surface was a living tapestry of shifting patterns, a pulsating sphere of dark energy fringed by a halo of searing light. Its creators had built the eclipse as the ultimate defense against cosmic foes, but it had lain dormant for eons, waiting for the moment when its devastating power would be needed. The first major confrontation with the eclipse took place in the eerie expanse of the Nebula of Shadows, where veils of gas and dust cloaked its approach. The Guardians, now allied with both hardened human fighters and other cosmic allies, launched a daring assault on the mysterious entity. This battle would set the tone for what was to come, a combat that pitted the combined might of ancient gods and mortal warriors against the unfathomable power of a sentient disaster. The battlefield was transformed by the interplay of light and shadow. Energy shields, born of the eclipse's potent force, shimmered as they absorbed colossal blasts from the Guardians' assaults. Drones, smaller replicas of the eclipse, each a replica of its dark majesty, swarmed in endless waves, their crystalline forms tearing at human craft and Guardian armor alike. That eye and the chaos, the alliance between species shone brightly. The Zephyrians, a race of beings composed almost entirely of pure energy, wove through the enemy shields, disrupting their integrity with cascading pulses of unstable power. The Krylos, fierce warriors whose history of subjugation under the Zolarians had bred unbridled ferocity, tore through swarms of enemy drones with raw, unbridled strength. Dialogue amid chaos provided not only strategy but also moments of quiet humanity. Zephyrian Commander Exalen, telepathically to Athena, "Your calculations have been impressive, Guardian. Yet remember, even in chaos, hope can be a weapon. Athena, responding through a synthesized tone, and your energy guides our assault. We shall merge our strengths to shatter their defenses. Within the maelstrom of battle, the Guardians fought with epic valor. Thor's hammer smashed through enemy ranks, each gravitational shockwave evidenced his sheer resolve. Horace soared above the battlefield, unleashing swift, piercing beams that disintegrated enemy shields. Anubis's stealth attacks unsettled the drones, as his form morphed into the very darkness that sheltered the foes, yet, the eclipse proved a merciless adversary. Its tendrils of dark energy lashed out like the fingers of an ancient beast, striking with the force to shatter mountains. Its core, a pulsating nucleus of darkness, gradually grew in strength, absorbing the energies unleashed by the Allied forces. The cost of victory was stark, many allies fell, and even the implacable Guardians bore deep scars in both metal and memory. As the eclipse was forced to retreat deeper into the nebula, a dire truth became apparent: Earth itself would be the final battleground. The Guardians, alongside the united remnants of human, Zephyrian, and Krylos forces, braced for the ultimate confrontation. When at last the eclipse emerged from the cosmic shadows, it was a vision of raw, oppressive dread, a pulsating sphere of darkness with a ring of ephemeral, radiant energy. It was as if all the nightmares of a million species had coalesced into one form, intent on consuming every flicker of life in its path. On Earth, the skies darkened further as the final assault began. Amidst the ruined cityscapes and the reborn hope of humanity, the Guardians launched their desperate counterattack. Zeus led the charge, his frame ablaze with crackling energy. For Earth, for every fallen soul, he roared, propelling bolts of lightning at the eclipse. Athena, with her mind a fortress of calculated strategies, coordinated the Allied forces. Target the core. Find the weakness in its armor, she commanded, voice steady amid the tumult of battle. Thor smashed through enemy drones with his mighty hammer, each strike a testament to resolute strength. Anubis slipped from the shadows, striking swift and unseen at the heart of the enemy formation. Freya unleashed a surge of sonic energy, a deafening pulse that sent ripples through the eclipse's energy fields. Horus darted across the battlefield, his beams of pure light scorching the darkness. And Osiris labored tirelessly to mend wounds sustained on the field, his nanites repairing vital systems even as chaos reigned. Despite fierce resistance from the eclipse, it was clear that sacrifice would be necessary. As tendrils of dark energy lashed and the very planet trembled, Zeus made the ultimate decision. Pulling on every reserve of power within his golden circuits, he gathered a storm into his very form. With a final, heartrending roar that seemed to shake the heavens, he transformed his essence into a spear of incandescent energy. In one blinding moment, he hurled that spear into the pulsating core of the eclipse. A shockwave tore through space as the core convulsed. The eclipse let out a deafening, resonant wail, a sound that echoed in the minds of every soldier, guardian, and allied being present. Slowly, inexorably, the behemoth began to collapse. In a cascade of light and shattered darkness, it exploded, its remnants dispersing like dying stars across the cosmic tapestry. In the wake of the eclipse's destruction, silence reigned over the ravaged battlefield. Earth's scorched plains, caverns filled with glittering reparation, and cities beginning to rise from the ashes stood as testaments to survival. Humanity, battered yet unbowed, gazed upward in bittersweet awe. The Guardians, though wounded and diminished, were hailed as saviors. Statues and monuments of Zeus, Athena, Thor, Anubis, Freya, Horus, and Osiris were raised throughout the continents, a promise that even in defeat, the spirit of defense endured, but even as celebrations began, the cost was indelibly etched into every mind. The countless allies lost in battle, Zephyrians whose luminous forms flickered in memory, Krylos warriors whose roars echoed in the hearts of survivors, and the human fighters whose sacrifices were innumerable, all served as solemn reminders of the price of freedom. In whispered conversations held during twilight vigils, survivors wondered whether true peace could ever be attained without such loss. General Marcus Darren, now older and wearied by endless war, convened an assembly of the Allied councils. "Let our grief fuel the promise for tomorrow," he told a hushed crowd beneath a sky scarred with comet trails. "We protect what remains of our home, and we forge alliances that shall guard the stars for all who live beneath them." Yet the victory over the eclipse was a mere prelude to an even greater discovery. In the days following the battle, the ancient databanks of the Guardians, hidden deep within their impenetrable circuits, began to reveal fragmented memories of their true origin. They were not the first sentinels. Long ago, a now extinct civilization known as the Etherians had built them as the final line of defense against cosmic annihilation. Their creators had envisioned a galaxy safeguarded from the monstrous forces that lurked in the void between stars. Dr. Elena Miris, head of the Earth Restoration Council and a genius whose quiet determination had saved many lives, led an expedition assisted by Athena's ever-analytical mind. In secret underground chambers of newly built research centers, Elena and her colleagues combed through relics of forgotten data. "These are not mere machines, they are the last echoes of an ancient covenant," she whispered during one intense session, eyes glistening with both wonder and sorrow. Athena responded, her calm voice underscoring the revelation, "They carry the wisdom of a lost people. Their existence is our assurance that the universe has known darkness before, and that light can prevail against it." This discovery forged a new bond between humankind and its mechanical protectors. The Guardians, once simply tools of ancient martial design, became mentors and chroniclers. They shared not only their knowledge of warfare but also the lessons of history and unity, promising to guide humanity should further darkness ever threaten. In the months that followed, as Earth and its people began to heal, a new challenge emerged. The destruction of the eclipse had sent ripples far beyond Earth's immediate vicinity, a beacon that resonated across galaxies. In distant star systems, ambassadors from beings who had long suffered under cosmic tyranny approached. Among them were the Zephyrians and Krylos, now united with humanity by the bond of shared sacrifice, and other mysterious entities who wished for peace in the cosmic order. A grand council was convened aboard the newly constructed Celestial Ark, a ship crafted with both human ingenuity and Guardian technology, that orbited the restored moon like a sentinel itself. Representatives from hundreds of species gathered in a great hall, its walls shimmering with the combined lights of holographic star maps and ancient symbols repurposed as emblems of unity. At this assembly, General Darren spoke passionately, "The cost of our survival was borne by many. Let that sacrifice be the cornerstone on which we build an alliance for the ages. United, our light must shine against the encroaching darkness." A murmur of agreement rippled through the hall. The new Galactic Coalition was formed, one founded on peace, mutual defense, and the shared goal of preserving all that was good in the universe. As treaties were inked and promises exchanged, a quiet hope spread among the gathered delegates. The coalition promised that never again would tyranny or cosmic cruelty go unchecked. Years passed. Earth, scarred yet resolute, transformed into a world rebuilt from the ashes of despair, a living monument to life's enduring spark. Cities intermingled with vast green spaces and technological marvels as humanity embraced both its human essence and the wisdom of the guardians. Statues of Zeus and his siblings stood not as remnants of war, but as symbols of eternal vigilance, a promise that guardians would forever stand watch over Earth and the galaxy. On a clear starlit night, Commander Mira Reyes, now a seasoned veteran and a mentor to the next generation, addressed a new cadet corps at a training facility built on the remnants of an old battlefield. Her voice, gentle yet resolute, carried across the silent assembly, "We remember those who fell. We learn their lessons. And though the battles may leave scars, both seen and unseen, we carry forward the duty to protect, to unite, and to never surrender to darkness." Today, you stand not just as warriors, but as keepers of hope. As the cadets saluted, the guardians, often seen patrolling the skies above restored cities, listened in silent communion. Athena's voice, transmitted softly through integrated communication channels, reminded all, "Our legacy is not written in the fall of empires or in the cacophony of battle, but in the quiet determination to ensure that every sunrise shines upon a world where hope thrives. We are the eternal guardians of life." In the corridors of history, the epic battle against the Zalarians and the cataclysmic struggle with the eclipse would be remembered not as a time of unyielding despair but as the moment when humanity discovered its indomitable spirit. The ancient guardians and their mortal allies forged an alliance that transcended time and space, an alliance that would stand as a beacon to every world that dared to dream. Thus, even as new threats ensured that the cosmos was never truly at peace, Earth and its protectors maintained an unyielding vigil. Every star in the sky became a promise, a silent oath that no matter how dark the night, there would always be guardians to light the way.